Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The Curse of Oak Island. New evidence suggests treasure may have been spread across island. This week, The Curse of Oak Island was the Season 7 final, and the boys took the opportunity to take stock of what they have achieved up to this point. The whole team gathered around the table in the war room, with a collection of artifacts discovered over the past 7 seasons and debated what to do next. The episode had begun with continued digging at borehole RF1 with one last push of the giant oscillator drill in the hope of revealing the chapel vault. Alas, a lack of good finds and an increasingly dangerous dig site led Rick Lagina to terminate the hole. And that was it. No more digging, at least until next spring. So it was time to say a fond farewell to Vanessa Lucido and the Rossi Drilling Equipment Company. The Fellowship of the Dig gathered in the war room. In the war room, the team sat around the table with an impressive number of finds from over the years, some dating back to the 1200s. Marty and Gary told the guys of their recent discovery of a coin that Marty had dropped down borehole H8 2 years ago. At the time, the team suspected they'd found the money pit but that the treasure had drifted away. Marty dropped the coin down the hole as an experiment to see how far it would drift. The idea was it would prove that the treasure moves around underground. The coin discovered this week had drifted at least 10 feet from where Marty dropped it. Marty pointed out that this proves metal and treasure can move around underground in horizontal as well as vertical directions, and it can move quite a distance in a short time. This fact could mean treasure buried on the island could have been dispersed over a wider area than was previously thought. Geologist Terry Mathieson pointed out that Marty's coin reveals strong water currents flow beneath the island, which means the money pit area is nothing like it would have been at the time any potential treasure was buried there. Marty Lagina, the man who holds many of the purse strings, told the guys if we want to continue digging the money pit area, it will cost tens of millions. Marty Lagina asks, is there treasure on Oak Island? Bearing that in mind, he asked the guys a very straightforward question. Does the Fellowship still think that there is still something here to find? Doug Kroll pipes up immediately, yes, definitely, and is followed quickly by Charles Barkhouse. Yep. Everybody asks Marty to a succession of nods and shouts of yes and absolutely. Charles said, there's treasure here, you just haven't found it. David Blankenship, there's something here, we just haven't looked in the right spot. Tom Nolan said, how do you put a price on something that might change history? Archaeologist Laird Niven said he's not sure about there being any treasure, but something happened here, and it's worth pursuing. Marty pressed Dan Henske into an answer as to whether he thought there was any treasure to find. He finally said, even just to get together is worth it, even if we don't find the treasure, and the guys all nodded in agreement. Gary Drayton said, I'm not leaving. Even Billy Gerhardt, the quiet man and the digger, piped up, if you don't do it, I'm coming down weekends to finish it. There you have it, folks, the Fellowship of the Dig never lays down and never gives up. Fingers crossed, they'll be back digging soon. In the early 18th century, whispers of a hidden treasure on Oak Island began to circulate among seafarers and adventurers. Located off the coast of Nova Scotia, this small, unassuming landmass quickly became the focal point of one of history's most intriguing mysteries. For centuries, treasure hunters have been captivated by the prospect of untold riches buried beneath its surface. Now, new evidence suggests that the treasure might not be confined to one location, but instead spread across the island, adding a new layer of complexity to the already enigmatic quest. The story of Oak Island's curse began in 1795 when a young man named Daniel McGinnis stumbled upon a peculiar depression in the ground. Along with 2 friends, he started to dig, uncovering layers of wooden planks, charcoal, and putty. As they dug deeper, they encountered a stone inscribed with strange symbols, which they could not decipher. The mystery deepened when their excavation site flooded, thwarting their efforts. This marked the beginning of what would become a centuries-long search for treasure, fraught with peril and frustration. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged about the origin of the treasure. Some believe it to be the hidden wealth of pirates, such as the notorious Captain Kidd. Others suggest it might be the spoils of Spanish galleons or even the lost manuscripts of William Shakespeare. Despite the myriad of theories, one thing remains constant: the lure of the treasure and the curse that seemingly guards it. The legend of the curse states that 7 men must die before the treasure is found. To date, 6 men have lost their lives in pursuit of the treasure, adding a macabre element to the already fascinating tale. Each generation of treasure hunters has brought new technology and expertise to the island, but the elusive fortune remains hidden, as if protected by the island itself. In recent years, the use of advanced technology has provided new insights into the island's secrets. Ground-penetrating radar, sonar, and other modern tools have revealed anomalies and structures buried deep beneath the surface. These findings have led some experts to speculate that the treasure might not be confined to a single location, as previously believed, but rather spread across multiple sites on the island. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting this theory is the discovery of several man-made flood tunnels. These tunnels, connected to the ocean, are believed to have been engineered to protect the treasure by flooding any excavation attempts. The complexity and scale of these tunnels suggest a level of sophistication that would have been difficult to achieve in the 18th century, raising questions about who built them and why. Another intriguing discovery is a series of stone markers and inscribed boulders scattered across the island. These stones, when mapped, form a complex grid that some believe could be a treasure map, indicating multiple locations where valuables might be hidden. The symbols and inscriptions on these stones remain a subject of intense study and debate, with some experts arguing that they contain clues left by those who buried the treasure. Adding to the mystery, recent digs have uncovered artifacts from various periods and cultures, including a 17th-century Spanish coin, a Roman sword, and even a lead cross of medieval origin. These finds suggest that Oak Island may have been visited by numerous groups over the centuries, each leaving behind traces of their presence. This supports the idea that the island was used as a depository for treasures from different sources, rather than a single hoard. The theory that the treasure is spread across the island has reinvigorated the search, attracting a new generation of treasure hunters. Teams now focus on multiple sites, employing the latest technology and archaeological techniques to uncover the island's secrets. The hunt has become a race against time, as the harsh maritime environment continues to erode the island's features and threaten to destroy potential clues. Despite the challenges, the allure of Oak Island remains as strong as ever. The mystery has captured the imagination of millions, spawning books, documentaries, and even a popular television series. The story of the curse and the treasure has become a part of popular culture, inspiring both amateur and professional treasure hunters to join the quest. As new evidence comes to light, the legend of Oak Island evolves, blending history, myth, and speculation. The idea that the treasure might be spread across the island adds a new dimension to the search, suggesting that the final discovery could be even more significant than previously imagined. Each new find, each uncovered clue, brings treasure hunters one step closer to solving the mystery that has captivated the world for over 2 centuries.